G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I will be giving you my round 13 tips as well as going over who I tipped in round 12. Now it feels a bit weird doing this because normally I'll release the rugby league one first and then the AFL one. But this week we've got AFL on Thursday night. We don't have our first rugby league game until Friday, and if you can't tell, I'm recording this Wednesday night, obviously. But yeah, it will drop hopefully early tomorrow morning. So let's look at how I went in round 12. Round 12 was not a good round for me. Finished the round with 3 tips out of 6. I like to be a bit above the 500% mark, or 50% I should say. You know, I would have liked to finish the week with 4 tips, but it wasn't to be. So let's go over who I tipped in round 12. Starting off with the first game at Marvel Stadium, I backed the Doggies to get in over the Cats. The Cats played very well and ended up winning that one by 13. However, the Dogs did make a pretty good comeback. So thought we might see the Doggies run away with it at the end, but Geelong were just too good and they held on. Next up, I tipped the Crows to beat my Eagles. Now, I did not go into this game thinking West Coast would come close. They didn't come close. They lost this one by 31 points. Am I disappointed as an Eagles fan? 100%. This is a game we should have at least contested in and played a lot better than what we did. You know, obviously I didn't think we'd win this game. Otherwise, I would have tipped West Coast, but I thought we would have been a little bit more competitive. Adelaide, to their credit, came out, played pretty good footy and got a good win in the end. Next game, I took the Suns to beat North Melbourne up there at TIO Stadium. Perfect conditions for the Suns. They looked clinical. They got a good win there over the North Melbourne Kangaroos, and they're pushing up for a top 8 spot. Like, I never thought I'd say that coming round 12. I never thought I'd say the Suns won, and they're a couple of wins off making it or jumping up into the top 8. Next up, I tipped the D's to beat the Swans. I thought the D's would bounce back after their loss to Freo, but they didn't. So that was disappointing. Sydney, to their credit, were amazing, but the Demons are looking a bit flat as of late. So hopefully they'll start picking up the pieces again. But yeah, it's pretty close up the top there. Brisbane and Fremantle both chasing them. All right, the second last game of the round, I took Hawthorn to beat Collingwood. It was a close game, but Collingwood, in my opinion, they controlled the game for the most part and, ended up getting the win at the end there. And then finally, we've got at Optus Stadium, I was so close to changing my tip last minute. I thought, you know what? The D's lost. The Lions are going to be eager to take that top spot. But Freo were too good at home and got the win over the Lions. And I'll take that, because if I did change my tip, I would have only got 2 right. All right, let's go. Round 13 tips. All right, starting off with tonight's game. Or, well, when I'm recording this, tomorrow night's game, but when you're seeing it, it's tonight's game. Richmond against Port Adelaide. I've got to take Richmond here. Port Adelaide, they've been really flat this year, have not looked the same. I'm going to tip the Tigers by 26 points. I think they'll get quite a comfortable win there over Port Adelaide. Next up, we've got the Bombers against Carlton. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bombers competed a bit in this game, but I've got to take Carlton Blues to win this one. I think they'll get it done. Essendon, another team that's been very disappointing this year. I think Carlton will get a good win against the Dons. Freo against Hawthorn. I think Fremantle win this one 40 plus. I don't see Hawthorn competing with a team like Fremantle. I think Fremantle will be way too good. They'll be full of confidence with 2 good wins against top 4 teams. You know, they're proving a lot of their doubters wrong, and I think they're going to continue that with a huge win over the Hawks. All right, next up, we've got the Lions against the Saints. I think St Kilda are getting a little bit of, not hate, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people think. I do have the Lions, but I think 92% of the tips is a little bit harsh on St Kilda's side of things. I think the Lions will be too strong at the end, but I think it'll be quite a close game for the majority of it. Next up, GWS and North Melbourne. Now, I have been umming and ahhing about this game because I genuinely think this is a game that the Kangaroos can win. I really do. With that being said, I'm not going to tip the Kangaroos. I am going to go the safe option and tip the Giants. But clip this now because I do think that there could be an upset. And I do think North Melbourne could beat GWS. Finally, which this game could potentially be the game of the round. We've got a Melbourne Demons side that's starting to struggle against a Collingwood team that are playing inconsistent but can turn it up. Now, don't forget, Collingwood did beat Melbourne last year at this same game. So, the Queen's Birthday Clash, I believe that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I could be getting it confused with something else, but I'm pretty sure this is the Queen's Birthday Clash. And every year, it's a banger of a game. I think this one's going to be no exception. I think it will go down to the wire, but I am tipping the safe bet once again. Back in the Demons here. So let's go over my tips once more. Richmond to beat Port Adelaide, Carlton to beat Essendon, Freo to beat Hawthorn, Lions to beat the Saints, Giants to beat the Roos, but not confident on that one, and Melbourne to beat Collingwood, but again, not overly confident on that one. All right, guys, drop down your tips in the comments below. Let me know who you've backed this weekend. I'd love to hear from you, but yeah, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.